Okay, this is your short intro video to how we will be utilizing Modern Classroom in the Honors English 10 class. So welcome to that. My goal in here is really to help find a balance. That is my job. I need to push you and challenge you to learn, but I cannot push you over. So that is the goal in the Modern Classroom philosophy, and pedagogy kind of allows us to do that. So I will talk more about what that looks like in here. Hopefully you are not someone who doesn't know what you know. You find out what you don't know and we work on it. So in our English 10 class, our approach will be, there will be instructional videos like this available to support your learning. You can review these, you can view these at your own pace. The content of these videos will also be, like these slides, will also be on Schoology in a folder. So you can use those, or you can use the instructional videos. Those are super helpful if you've been absent, if you're not getting something, if you came late, if you missed a class, or just part of a class, or don't get what we're doing and don't have time to come and see me. This is another opportunity to kind of review it at your own pace and hopefully understand it, or at least know what questions to ask. That allows more one-on-one time and small group time in class, and less of me talking to the entire class for the entire period of instruction. So that builds in some really nice flexibility for people, which for the most part you start to appreciate if you haven't had it before. We also will utilize mastery checks. That is your opportunity to demonstrate that you've understood these pieces that we've talked about, whatever we've read, whatever someone else has read, and then you're ready to move on to the next one. You're kind of guaranteeing your own success in here. The three pieces of that, if you will, which I've kind of referred to a little bit already. So we are using a blended instruction model. Again, there's an asterisk because you can access these videos or you can access the content online yourselves without the video. It kind of depends on your style. We're going to be flexible in here. I'm not going to require you to watch the videos. But if you are struggling, I'm going to ask, hey, have you watched these videos? They also will kind of give you some points for doing that if you are going to engage in spending some time doing that. Also, if there's downtime in class and you're not done with something, I'll encourage you to get that work done via a video or via the content and the instructional pieces that are in Schoology for you. That allows you to kind of self-pace. You know how busy you are. So within the unit, we will have some deadlines, but how we get there, we can be a little flexible sometimes. And again, I say sometimes because it depends on the unit. And then also you are looking at mastering these things before you move on to the next one. So you don't get further and further behind without knowing what is going on. The daily routine in here looks like this. I will have a learning target posted for you, and then we'll begin a lesson. Some of you might be watching a video, some of you might be taking notes. Sometimes we'll have time to practice. Sometimes we will do some small group or even whole group activity, depending on the unit. And when we are done with all of the practice and learning, you will take a mastery check. So those kinds of things will be happening at different times in different units. And then class will end. You need to make sure you have these things with you. We will have, you should have your Chromebooks. You should have access to Schoology. You should have that working right away. You'll need some headphones. You'll need something to write with, and you'll need your unit packet. Please try not to lose them, especially when you've invested and done some work on it. It sucks to lose it and then have to start over because you want credit for what you've done. Target deadlines. We will have a unit calendar both in the packet and it will also be posted in Schoology. And those are targets. That's when things are due. All assignments must be completed by the end of a unit. Again, that will be posted so you can plan ahead in your busy schedules to make sure you're getting things done. A pacing tracker we will use as needed. I will show you an example in a second. It's a chart that I will keep updated in Schoology that shows you where you are compared to deadlines. And this is what it looks like. You'll see your name off to the left. If you've never seen this, you see the lessons that we're doing, and you can see that you've mastered this and you're working on the next one, or maybe you got to fix something before you can move on the next one. You're on pace, you're ahead, you might be a little behind. You know, you can find yourself on there and see. You also can help each other out because you can see, like, hey, it looks like student number 8, let's say his name is Ben, needs to revise something. and he's tried to talk to me and he doesn't get what he needs to revise, I bet one of you who has mastered it could help him figure out what he needs to revise. Mastery checks for each lesson. What that means is there is a mastery check to show what you know. It's a form of an assessment. It's kind of, we've done the learning and the practice. Can you tell me you know about it? Have you learned it? Depending on the unit, they might be formative, they might be summative in nature, but they're independent. You do them on your own quietly, unless it is some kind of an oral mastery check. But typically they're on paper. There might be a few that are online. And if you master it, you move on. And if not, you need to maybe get some help. Or you're like, you know what, I know what I did wrong. Let me fix that. And you are allowed to fix it. I'll give you the feedback, and you know whether you've passed and you can keep going, or you need to stop and fix it. And then at the end of the unit, we will have summative assessments. They're kind of important because I think a lot of you, grades are important to you. And so they look different. There might be a writing, a speaking, might be a partial online thing. You might do a written project. These are independent assessments of your own work, right? So I just want to make sure that's clear. Most of your grade is determined by the level that you show on these assessments. So 70% of your grade is from these summative assessments. So you want to make sure you are doing well on those. And hopefully if you've mastered all of the lessons before then, you are setting yourself up for success.